A controversial video of a police shooting in Chicago is raising all sorts of questions as two police officers shoot a man twice at a busy train station after they tried to arrest him for just this city ordinance violation. So can you believe this? He was just walking in between the two train cars, and that's punishable by a fine. Well, a warning to our viewers, this video gets a little graphic. Please take a look if you feel interested.
Stop! Stop resisting! Shoot him!
Sir! Give him your hands! Give him your hands!
Get out! Get out!
Okay, Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot tweeted this about it, saying in part, the video is extremely disturbing and the actions by the officers are deeply concerning. The FBI and the state attorney's officer are now investigating, and an attorney for the man said he is in critical but stable condition. He was shot in the abdomen and in the buttocks. I gotta be honest here, this shocked, when we first showed this, the studio gasped. I mean,
when we started to run it, I was worried that I was still on a mic because I wanted to tell Erica to just like be prepared because it is that startling. But I wanted to get you guys' opinion on this. I wonder, when I looked at this, it made me think of that old saying, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. You think about why famous people, like famous celebrities, don't hire like a big 6'10" security guard. They usually hire like special ops Israeli security guards because they foreign police because they don't carry weapons. They learn how to de-escalate situations and spot situations with their eyes and their hands rather than a gun. And I think I just looked at two people that are not trained. Their first thing is like, if we can't get him down, shoot him.
He walked between subway cars. That's all he did. And then they pepper sprayed him and tased him and then said, we can't control him, so they shot him. Twice.
I'm just wondering also how many other people
were in,
because that looks like a downtown.
It was a busy
that could ricochet. Yes.
Look how reckless this part is. They're just running up there.
I mean, the escalator isn't even going, so that means that people could be coming down. Like, what the hell happened?
I know.
Like, what?
It's like
I don't
the Wild
even.
West.
But I think you ask those questions when people aren't trained. You're like, what are you doing?
Listen, I don't know. I'm not a police officer. We're watching a small clip. I mean, I think we're all on the same side here, but just to see the other side a little bit. Listen, this isn't a racial thing because this is a white male, whatever. I don't want to get into, I don't want to get into, because it's not racial to me, okay? But I don't understand when someone gets maced and they're tased, why aren't they following what the officers are saying? We say this in every case, but if you say it in a racial case, you're not allowed to say it. Why can't we take the side of the officers and say, why aren't you listening to them?
Because sometimes it's a mental breakdown and the person is not there. Literally,
I'm not saying you should be shot by any means.
No, agreed.
I'm just trying to have the conversation.
If you're not aware of what's reality and people are yelling at you, as an instinctual Neanderthal, you're going to run away.
But as an instinctual father, if I was an officer and I mace somebody and I tase them, that's supposed to take down a grown man, and they're not going down, I'm starting to fear for my life. I'm not saying shoot that
Jeff,
person.
I think that's where the training comes in. I completely agree. I think that we're not a unique country in that we're the only people that have mental illness issues and people that can deal with a taser. But I don't think that in other countries, the third step is to fire a random shot in a subway.
And it's not like we haven't seen this before. Just look up the Fruitvale shooting where the young father was killed for absolutely no reason. Complete overreaction. So I think that we need to absolutely be having these conversations about holding people accountable to what they're protecting and serving. Because we can't just be like, oh, just another movie.
Right. It's real. I mean, it feels like we're watching a movie, doesn't it?
I would have kind of almost had the same reaction if one of the officers had punched him. Like, it's just like, that would be out of line, I think. You know, it's just like, it just didn't seem like something that somebody with training would do.
Yes. It escalated very quickly, but again, we only saw a short clip. And for running, I used to run between those subways when I was a kid. Like like going down to Wrigley Field, I would always go in and out of those things.
It's a tiny ordinance violation.
I didn't even know that was a fine.
Yeah, let us know if you're a cop. If you are, let us know.
And these are two Chicagoans here.
Write us in and let us know what you saw there, because we want to get it from your perspective as well. But interesting story.